We're continuing our Shiurim on Otzrot Chaim, and we are on pereck base of Shaar Mochin Detzelem. That's on Daf Lamed Zayin with Aleph. And in the Matot Midvash Chelik base, it's Kuf Yud Zayin. So we're going to share two small prokim here, pereck base, pereck gimel, we're going to try to do. Hashem, Nasir Nasliach. And basically explaining one very simple topic called the Keser. We started talking about it in the pereck Aleph. What is the Mahus of Keser? Do we count it B'chlal the Spheres? What is the Teva B'chlal of this Keser B'chlal? So he's going to address some of these points about the Keser, which is very interesting, and this will help us in all areas of Otzrot Chaim. Hashem. Okay, so let's continue here. Pereck base of Shaar Mochin Detzelem. V'ata nevar mehecha nase keser zeh. We're going to again identify and try to figure out where has this keser, where does it come from exactly? So it's implied already over here. You can see already from this kasha, mehecha nase keser. Vaisra is not part of the 10. Where has this specifically been made from? V'hinehu nase. It's really made, as we know, as explained to us before. So it's made from the tiferes atarton, chatzi atarton, which is shlish atarton of the yesod the tiferes of Ima. V'ze inyona, and this is its inyon. V'hine nizbaye le'en ki siba sechnosas nai de Ima rishon etoch zeh bebechinas Mochin. הוצחו להתגדל ולעשות נאי חדושים ושם ביארנו איך היה עניין. As we know, that in order for Imo, which is the mother, to grow the child, which is Zah, she gives over her nai. And obviously she's going to give over now. She needs a nai chadoshim. ואמרנו שהעוז הנאי של האמא עולו בחצי התחתון לתפארס דתפונה לדוח הטבלת Shehulad v'yotzelachut. So what happened is that what she gave over to Zah was only the kelim, right? The spheres of Tiferes Tachton, Shlish Tachton, Netzah Yosod. That's all she gave over. Only the kelim, but the oilos flew upwards into the Shlish Emsoi of Tiferes, of her Tiferes. What was the purpose of this? Twofold. First of all, that the creation of the Vlad of Zah was actually above in that area of Tiferes. And therefore, by the fact that the Oros came to that area, pushed down the Vlad. As the Einei Rois by the Mitzias in this world. Right? The child is in the mother's stomach and he's pushed down. So that's because of the Oros, the influx of Oros comes down and pushes the baby out. That's one Totzor of the oils going out, but as and the second toilet is that these oils that went back up, they created the new Naya Chodoshim. He's very makatz here because we saw the Indian was that because of these oils, it doubled some of the spheres into twice as many. So we had some of Bina, Shlish Tachton of Bina became twice over. We saw that Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, they became twice over, and the Netzach, the Tiferes, Shlish Tachton became twice. B'kitzur, you had 4 extra spheres and a Shlish that compensated for the Nahi, the Kalim that was given over to Zah. Let's continue. Tashlum bio inyan zehu. Now he's going to, that we all knew about. Now he's going to continue something new. Halois kol oros ahem laoisa merza atachton the tiferes the tvuna. Hiu v'notznu koach bekeliahu the mertzes atachton the tiferes the tvuna lahagdil umimeno nasi gam ken nai chodoshim. Again, sorry, this is a hamshach of what he was saying beforehand, but the fact that these oils went up, and again, where did they go up? The Lashonis here, the Beis Lechem Yehud explains, the Lashonis are the Lokid Diktuk, because what he says by the Chetzi Elyon, Chetzi Tachton, and we know there's 3 Cholokim to Tiferes. There's a Shlish Elyon, Shlish Emtzah, Shlish Tachton, but he just categorizes as 2. top part and lower part. But we should know that what he's speaking about is that the lower shlish atachton, or shlish ela, or it could be he's talking about the shlish and soy. Mostly he's talking about the shlish ela or shlish atachton. And therefore, when these oils went up, they made this nai chadoshim. ואז האורס הראשון הסתלקו, ונשלבשו בתוך הנאי של החדושים, כי הנאי הראשון הוצאו להתרוקן מכמה סיבות כנזכר לאל, אם לצורך לידה זזה, he's repeating himself, אם לעשות כלים לבושים לצורך מוחין דזה, עצמו כנזכר לאל, אבל אלו שהם לתשלום 10 ספירות זה תבונה עצמו, חוזו האורס ללבש בהם. So what happened? Now that the oilers came up, that means the nahi, there's two parts to the nahi, the kelim and the oilers. The kelim were dedicated to the birth of Zah, to the creation of Zah. And the oilers was lifted up of the nahi, the ima, and went back into her tiferes, the shlisha ensoi. And then when that finally culminated in her creation of the Nai Chadoshim, those oilers went back down and inhabited those Nai Chadoshim. Let's go back. Now let's get back to the subject of Kesed. Now what's up to do? So Kumto is that you have a Nai Chadoshim, which is created by this, and Nai Yeshonim. Important to remember this. Nai Yeshonim went into Zah, and the Nai Chadoshim, we'll see what happens. When it's part and parcel of Tfuna. Now, Bihine. Mezeh Machzis Atachton de Tiferes Umenahi, which means the Nai Chadoshim, Bebechinas Kelim, or Bebechinas Oros Gamken Shalahem Atzmam, and Nasim Kesed Zah. Here we go. So, what was the purpose of all this exercise? In order to create the Kesed Zah. Now, the Nai Chadoshim was needed for the actual Nai of Ima, because she dedicated her Nai. But Suzama, with this as well, created the Kesed of Zah. Interesting enough. Arizal, Hishuno Icha Sheyesh Ben Kesed Mochin. Shamochim HaKelim, Shamochim, HaKelim Shalem, Hem de Tvuna, Va'oret Shalem Hem Zah. אבל הכסר, הכלים והאורות שלו, הכל הוא מן התבונה. That means like this. When the Nai the Ima, the Hayoshonim, the Nai Hayoshonim was given over, that was the Nai of Ima. But the oils that came, we explained last time, the Shmei Shemaim, Romalos, they came into those kelim. So therefore you had a mixture of her kelim and his oils. But when it comes to the Nai Chadoshim, the Nai Chadoshim are both her kelim and her oils. ובזה תמיד דם, למה הכסר אינו מספר 10 ספירות כנזכר לאל? Last pair we asked the question, is Keser Nimna, is part of that 10 spheres or not? Because if you count Keser and Das, that makes 11 spheres. So do you count Keser, do you don't you count Keser? And he brought rise from the Zohar, from the Sefer Bohir, Sefer Yetzirah, that we don't count it. Now I explain the Lomdis here. Because why is it we don't count Keser? Because it's part of Tfuna. That's the pshat. Omna, matchilim v'chochma shenikra reshis, ותראו כי מוחין דזה שהמחבת שלו האורץ הם דזה עצמו ואף על פי שהכלים הלבושים הם נאי דרישונים דתפונה נזכר עם כל זה הם תפלים ונגרורים אחרי הרוחני אצל האורץ שבתוכם שהם זה עצמו. So אין החנמי דנאי ישונים, they belong to Tfuna, they don't belong to Zah, but the oils belong to Zah, therefore the kelim are nigra after the oils. Therefore, you start counting your cheshbon of 10 spheres from Chochma. That's the pshat. ולכן משם מתחילים מספר 10 ספירות, שהם חוכמה, חב"ד, חגת, עיניים. ובפרט שנזכר לאר שהכלים דנאי הראשון תבונה נעשה בוסם ובשור וגופו דזה כנזכר לב, because once they enter Zah, become integrated into Zah, they become part of it. Omnam, the Keser is different. It's a Yotzim in a Klal. Shelo eino shayach imo Klal. Take that back. Omnam Keser shelo eino shayach imo. Lo be'oros, lo be'kelim, ki kulam hem tvuna bechinas tvuna levad. So the Keser of Zah has no shaychus. Side the kelim, side the oros, they have no connection to Zah, the Kula from Tvuna. Ve'el b'chinas Zah klal. So lo sishu mitchaber sham v'shorish alav kemo keser. So the Rebbe says this is not even his keser. They only play the part because they're hovering above him. That's why, important to remember this, that's why it's considered the keser of Zah, even though he has no shaykhis to it. Not the kelim of the oils. Commotion is ba'aleh, the command. V'lechein eno nechshav b'mispar eses sfiros Zah v'zoch v'klal zeh. That's why it's not considered to be part of the 10 spheres. ובזיתבים למה נקרא כסר שהוא לושון כותרת ומסובבס כמו שעטרה שהיא מקפס ומסובבס ומלבשת ראש האדום והוא דבר זולוצו כנראה בחוש הרות והשעטרה נבדלת היא כמגוף אדם. So that's why we can understand the title. What ket means something you put on top of you. It's not part and parcel of you. It's a crown which you put on top of you. That's pshat kesef, because side the kelim, side the old belong to Tfun. Okay? Gam b'zeh tavin hefresh v'yitron malas kesef shel Mochin al Mochin. So therefore we can see a huge difference between the Mochin, meaning Chochmah Bina Das, which are inside of the Zah's head, as opposed to kesef, which is up and above. Because the oro belong to Zah. Only the kelim of Tuna. אבל הכסף כולו, הכלים והאור תחום מתונה, ופשוט הוא יתרון ומעלה שיש לאמא על זה, שאין קץ וקיצבה אליו. So since now kesef we know comes from Ima or Tuna, and we know the parts of Me'elav is way, it's considered to be end of compared to the lower parts of, no comparison in ערכים. ומה גם שאפילו בחינס כלים שיש יתרון מקלי כסר, מקלים דמוחים לשני סיבות. Even the Hagam that the Mochin also have the kelim of Tvuna, and Keser also has the kelim of Tvuna, but nevertheless, it's still the erech cannot be compared.
Why?
Explains. Keli Keser hu menai chadoshim, because the keli of Keser menai chadoshim, v'gam achatze tachton de tiferes v'noda tachton de tiferes v'noda shechatzi tachton godol mikol nahi kulam. Kemo shemuvvar behakdamas yudua. Shebechinas ketana. This is the reason. Shebechina ketana. Shebekol sfira elyona hi gdoila mikol ma shelemata mimena. Because what is the moichim? What are they getting from? The naya shenim. Yeshon, the netzachot yisod. Okay. And what is the keter made out of from? Of the Nai Chodoshim, but more importantly from the Tiferes. And this Tiferes is a higher Bechina than a Nai Kulo. So he's saying over here, that's one that's a Yitron over the Kelim. Harayas kama malas v'yitronos yesh ala Keser and the Mochin. Therefore we see a lot of differences between the Keser and the Mochin. Upashutu, she'Keser godol hu mikol Teisha spheres kulam dezah. They got to hear that. Very important. So therefore, come to us that the one sphere of Keser is bigger than the entire Zah. That's how humongous Keser is compared to Zah. But all Namim calls it Nika Keser Zah. Keser Zah. Abapiken, even though it's humongous, and it comes completely from a higher Bechina, nevertheless still attributed to Zah. That's the interesting point. Now, Avabishenu Shachas Imo. Because we know all Teisha spheres are not even compared to the size of the Keser. But Tammuz, so Taka, why is it's considered to be the Keser Dezah? Lefi, shekasher ima hi tvuna rotze la'atir v'lachtir lezah b'na b'sod na'atar she'atar ilo imo, like the person says in Shiurim, that the mother automatically wants to give a crown over to the child. She descends downwards and crouches over him, and by there ad chati tifer shela kenis, because that means the shlish tachton. So she crouches down till the shlish tachton of tiferes is hovering above him. Umakefes umesaveves rosho dezah. That is going to be used as his crown. Nasu b'chinas kesef ve'atara, ve'az nershav ki'ilu hu meb'chinas zah atzmo. Letziba hitchabrusо because she crouches and is medabik her tiferes on top of his head. That's the only kesher. Because of the smicha of tfuna crouching down above him, it's as if that's his part and parcel of him. It's like a crown. It's not part of you. You can put a crown on top of your head. It's not part of you, but you can call that my crown. But it's not like your arm or your head. That's the only yichus that we have to our kesem. Now let's continue. This sod mashe kosu b'tikunim the kesem ihu ima al bara. That's pshat the Zohar. When the Zohar says the kesem ihi ima, the kesem is actually ima al bara. What does ima have to do with his kesem? Because the ima produces his kesem. V'gam v'gam amru b'tikunim kol kesem ihi Eke. And we know Eke is a sort of Ima. So we know the call of the Kesser is taka made of Ima. Ve'inino, ki b'chinas Ima, nikra Eke kenoda, v'nasis Kesser zizan k'moshe be'ana. Okay? Poshut sofar. ודע, שלא זה בלבד, אלא על דרך זה הם כל הבחינת הקטורים של כל שאר פרצופים. We've been talking about the relationship between Za and Imo, Za and Betuna, but the emphasis is that Arizal, all the relationships are the same. All the Ksorim you find any parts of all the same. כמו אריר, ואבא ואמא, ונוקבה דזה, כולם Ksorim נעשים מן העליון שעליו, על דרך שאמרנו, כיוון שבארנו כסף. Okay, remember this. Very important, the kesef is not part of the partzuf. והנה, גם כן נסבר לך, שהרי מבשור ארץ אלוקה, because we know, because we see in this world, that one, שהרי אין אנו רואים שבאודום התחתום, בעולם הזה, יש בו כסר עם המוחים בתוכו, ולמעלה מהמוחים שלו. And the truth of the matter is, with a shtikla kasha here, you can ask, where is, we know the klal is, anything we see in this world is in the ruchnis. Whatever we don't see is a bit of a problem. How are we going to shtim the ruchnis, that we tie in ruchnis, the kesem, and on people we don't see the kesolim? Problem, isn't it? Ach ze yuvad in ma shekasavnu, שהנה, כמו שהכסר אינו בכלל גוף דזר, רק בכינס מהכבש עליו זול עושו, כך הוא בעולם התחתון, שהכסר שלו הוא האור רוחני מקיפי עליו, ואינו ניגלה וניקה לעיין. That's the pshat. So you're going to ask me a question, where's my kesser? Where's my kesser? Where's my kesser? There it is, it's double ruchni is ma'kefes alav. What's the dimion with the olam is a ruchni, with the parts of a ruchni? Because that's the dimion of ima coming out from nowhere, being ma'kefes on a part of called zah. Omnam, hachitzonius shelo mitzpasheted limata. Nevertheless, says Arizal, we do see a shtikla kesser down in this world. Where's the kesser? V'hu nigla, v'hu agulgolet, ha'makif et ha'mochim shel odom atzmo. That is your skull, believe it or not. That is, when you touch your skull, you have to understand you're touching a way, way higher bechina called the kesser, which is way, way above you. The entire size of you and much more. But this is only the manifested kesser that you would find around your Mochin, but it's much, much bigger than that. Okay? Pereck Gimel, Mochin, quite straightforward. Pereck Gimel. Ve'ata nivar inen kesser. It's weiter in the inen of the kesser. Now, this is on page Lamed Zayin Amud Beis. Ve'ata nivar inen kesser hazeh. Ech nasi mechatzi atachton detiferet u'menahi dechadoshim b'tfun. Now let's get more technical now. We know that we said that the nahi and the tiferes chadoshim again make the kesef of zah. Now, how is that made? How is that made? Obo yizbayir lecha ma shekatzavnu le'el shebina yoredim mashpel et atzmo lemata. We read in the previous parak that the bina is mashpelet herself. She goes down and crouches over the head of zah. Now, v'hilios ketal rosha v'im kefi aniska le'el shechatzi hatiferet mishe shlish hatachton. Nasi kesel nahi nichnas betocho ech tzor mashpi. The truth of the matter is that why? The question is, why does she have to? Why does she have to lower herself? Because we know that she has her esespheres, and imagine her she's just hovering above. Imagine she's just hovering above Zah. right? So therefore, her legs, kiviyachol, netzach hod yesod, is just hovering above. And we said that netzach hod yesod is creating the keser. So where's the in and of makefet? Where does she have to bend down and lower herself to be the keser? If already her legs are, why does her tifels have to be bent over if her legs are lying on top of his head? Let her netzach hod yesod be the keser. You have the kasha? אבל העניין הוא, כי הנה, עיקר בחינס כסד דזיין הוא רק חצי התחתון תפארס. The truth of the matter is, if taka the nahi would be her keser, that would be a good enough teretz, and therefore would have a kasha. Why does she mashpel it? But the truth of the matter is, the ikka, and this is the punchline, the ikka keser of Zah comes from her tiferes of Ima. We can understand why she has to mashpel it herself, why she has to lean over. So then again, this is the important word here. The ikka b'chinas keser Zah inu rak chatzi tachton tiferes defuna levad, והוא ממש שורה על גבי מוחין שלו הנקראים חב"ד. שהרי קטע היא ספירה אחת בלבד. We know that cat is only one ספירה. ואין נחלק לשלושה קווים, ואם כן, אי אפשר שגם הנאי החדושים מתחלקים לשלושה קווים יהיו כסר דזר. It can't be that the netzach, which is on the right hand side, and her hold is on the left hand side, be part of the kesser, because the kesser is of kav and soy. So the netzach and hod is not of ima, is not going to help to make the kesser, the ikka kesser. Of what's going to make the ikka kesser? Whatever's in the kav and soy of ima, that is going to be the tiferes.
In the where?
The tiferes, the tiferes.
What did you say that?
The tiferes is the kav and soy. Kav and soy, yeah. אבל כפי זה צורך להבין מה נעשה מנאי חדושים המפסיקים בין חצי תפארת אל ראש דזה. אבל זה אפקט הנוח הקשר. If you're saying the netzach hod yesod, which is just above, are not being used as the keser, the mafsik between the tiferes and his keser. Above a kasha. What are you going to do with that hafsaka? So he says it's גם צריך להבין, או נוח הקשר, להבין מה שהסבר אצלנו במוקם האחר בעניין דרושה מוחים דזה, איך צורך י' ג' שונים עד שניכנסו במוחים ובכלולם הוא זמן ירידת הקצר עליו. We know it takes 13 years, right? As we see in this child in this world, it's called the Baal Mitzvah. When he reaches 13 years old, and then one day, that's when he gets the Mochin the Gatlis. That's what the whole ceremony we have, the Bar Mitzvah, is because of this Inyan. So in Mochin we're saying the thing. We wait 13 years in one day in order to be machnis in these Mochin the Gatlis. But why do you need so much time? Why? Ve'im kefi aniskat tiferet atzmo shorei al chabad dezah ain't shus zman. If it's because you're waiting for the tiferes to come, she's there, she's hovering above him. Why doesn't need any zman at all? שכיוון שנכתב כיוון נאי דתבונה בסוד מוחין בתוכו, מאליו נשאר עומד תפארס על גבי מוחין ברגע, בלתי שוט זמן. Since we know that the נאי הישונים were already machnis themselves into Zah, and we know just above the נאי הישונים is the tiferes, so she's mamash next in line. If she's mamash next in line, and she's hovering above, and if now she has a naya chadoshim, but she's just above, why does it take her time to come down? Why does it take her 13 years and a day to come inside to Zah? So those are the two kashas we have to deal with. First of all, the hefsik. If you say the ikar kesed tiferes, there's a hefsik, there's a naya chadoshim, and what's taking so long for the mochin to come in? So the answer is Zohar. אמנם, העניין הוא שתהיה אמס הוא שחצי התחתון דתפארס התבונה הוא לבודו נעשה כסר. The truth of the matter, now it's saying more shtakalosh, not only is it ikar, but it's the mahus of the ganze kesser is kemat made out of only the kesser.
Sorry?
The mahus of the kesser of Zah is made out of the chatzi tachton, which is the shlish tachton of tiferes, is the ima. You got that? הוא לבודו נעשה כסף בשורר וחונן ויושב על גבי מוחין וזה. מוחין ממש. The line, her tiferes is lying mamish on top of him, on top of his chabad. והנה התפארס הוא גוף רוחב כנראה מחוש עין. We know that the tiferes, your body, is much higher, so it's much larger and wider than your head, right? Your head is much thinner, you can see from your shoulders, right? Your head is much slimmer than your tiferes, which is much wider. So opposite. What happens then? What happens then? In tiferes הוא הגוף רוחב כנראה ומחוש העין, ויש בהם סוהר ומתוכו מוקם חלל רוחב יוסר משאר ספירוס. ובפחד כאשר נערר גוף האימא שהוא יוסר רוחב שבו, ורשת דזה שהוא יוצא צר וקוטם כשיעור מכל איבוריו, ובפחד כי זו בחינת אימא וזו בחינת בנה קטן, כי ודאי כאשר חונה עוז חצי תפאר של ראשו על ראש דזה, נכנס ראש זה בתוכו. So come to realize, as Ima's descending downwards onto Za, she's actually, her tiferes is much wider and encompassing the entire head. The head is going inside of the tiferes. Azoy. Okay, you got this? Azoy. Okay, she's much wider, tiferes. Azoy. ויש בו שיר גודל שיהיה קצוסו נשאר למעלה וקצוסו יוסר ומסבב על מוחין דזה. So the majority of this חלק of tiferes stays up and above, and the minority of the tiferes will go downwards and play the part of the keser of that. So he hasn't answered the question here. We're still going to continue. We're in the middle of a kasha here. Middle of the teretz. Omnam naya chadoshim, which we say is a chilek part and parcel of this. The kasha was, if the tiferes is coming down, you're going to have a problem with the legs of Ima. The legs of Ima, where are they going to go? On top of his shoulders? How are they going to go inside of him? They can't, because inside of Zah already have your nayach ayoshonim. So what's going to happen with the nai? It's going to be a mafsik. It's going to have sukkah between the tiferes and his keser. The answer is, they're not nichnas utoch pnimis Zah, kasher nichnas anai harishonim or nai yashonim. All of them nichfofim or mishpatim v'yordim b'tzad or churayim Zah. See the little lamed on the side? That's exactly what's happening over here. What's happening? Listen to this. What's happening is that she, Ima, is standing on top of him, literally. Her legs are here and upwards. And he's down, his head downwards. So look at this. Her legs are going to go in back of him. And she's going to crouch down. Her chest is going to crouch down on his head. I'm not making this up. On her head. And her head's going to be poking up like this. Right? What is that? That's a lamed. Right? Her head's like this, her body's like this, and her legs are behind. It's a lamed. That's the picture we show in the Otzrot Chaim over here. Ke'odom ori, he gives examples as well. Ke'odom oruch akofef komoso v'nishan al gebe rosh odom nanes, midget, kotzer v'komo omed lefanav, ואחורי הננס נגד פני אורוך, אז האורוך, the taller man, כופף כמוסו מושיב גופו, and he stands and he's going to lean over גופו במקום טיבורו על גבי ראש הננס. So where are the legs of this tall person? רגליו נתלי, they'll be hanging לאחוריים דננס, שאז נמצא שראש האודם, האור, גם החצי קומוסו, העליונה, זוקוף ומעלה מעומד, וחצי גופו נכפל ונסמך על ראש הננס, והרגליים שלו יורדים מספשתים על אחורי ננס. So he's married over, but that's exactly what he's saying. So think of an example like this. You have a person standing on the floor. Okay, now here's the person. Now you have what's called a person. Let's say there's a ladder or steps. So the other person is standing above him like this. Okay? Now what's happening over here is that the person's chest is going to lie down on the person's head. I can't do this, but his head's going to be popping up like this. But what's important to know is that his chest is going to be on top of his head. His legs are going to be at the chazah, the chest of this person. Here's the person's chest. Again, this is the person's, let's say, person's front, person's back. This is the other person. So they're both facing this way. So he's going to come down like this, and then lean this way. So his legs are going to be at his chest, and his chest is going to be on top of his head. This is going to form the kesser. Okay? So anybody asks you, where is the kesser zah? You can say that's a part of a chadash. The nai or the tani going down and hovering above, ima hovering above zah. והדלזה באימא עם זה כענק על גבי ננס ממש והיא עומדת על זה ממש כצוס למד כזה. Now look at the picture. When you see this picture you can understand what we're talking about. Okay, let's continue. ונמצא נמצא חצי תיברס תחתון לתבונה כופוף על ראש הדזה כאין כסר על מוחין דזה ורגל אימא שהם נאי חדושים יורדים ניתנים מאחורי זל עד למטה באופן שתפארת עצמו דתבונה הוא דבוק ממש ועומד על גבי מוחין דזה והוא נעשה כסר עליהם ואם כן ירידה זו דרך אחורי זה מספשתי ויורדים נאי החדושים כדי שישאר תפארת בבחינת כסר דבוק על במוחין וצירי שהות וזמן וירד כמו שנערר בעניין המשך יוד גימול שונים דגדלוס דזה כניסקה. Okay, so therefore all the questions have been answered. The first question was, why is there no hefsek between the Naya Chadoshim and the Tiferes and the Zah? Why is there no hefsek? Well, that is said because the Naya, the legs are going behind. And therefore there's no, the Tiferes goes down lower, on top of his head, creating the kesser, and the legs will go down. Also, why does it take 13 years? Because this whole process of descending, because the Havamina she's just standing on top. She's there already. The kesser is made already. So why it's 13 years? For what? 13 years in order to descend this whole process, the legs all the way down to the chazir, and for her to bend down will take 13 years and 1 day. ונמצא שכסד דזה אינו דובו גוף אחד עם הנאי אשר נכנס בתוכו. Remember, you have a nai rishonim that came inside, and the kesed have no connection whatsoever. The kesed is part and parcel of the nai chadoshim, and the nai yeshonim or nai rishonim are inside. אבל הוא גוף אחד עם הנאי chadoshim, the kesed, but rather is part and parcel of the nai chadoshim. Yodim mishtashlim me'achor zah. Okay, very good. Let's continue. Let's finish off over here. ובזה תבין מה שמבואר אצלנו במוקם אחר, כי קו אמצעי, which is referring to the kesser, the zah, לפעמים יורד עד למטה, meaning as well. Let me explain to this for once. What happens is, the Arizal and Shaar Psukim in Parshas Bereshis, Siman Beis, explains to an interessante Zach לגבי Adam Rishon, how there was many pogomim, and through the pogomim of Adam Rishon, what happened was, unfortunately, because of these pogomim, he made that the kesser of Zah should descend. Interesting enough. So even though we always look at it as kesser and chokhmah and bina as one unit, and you would have thought that if kesser moves down because of a person's avera, then he would descend with him the chokhmah and the bina. Never that wasn't the case. The kesser, which is kav and soy, that's the only kav which was affected, and the kesser was brought down. Now, when the kesser goes down, obviously it moves everything back down as well. So the kesser went down, the das went down as well. All taka went down. Now, vice versa, is that when there's an aliyah, a person is doing a mitzvah, he not only brings up the kesser, but also he brings up the das as well. There's a pshat to because you have to understand one thing, that we know that chokhmah and bina are received of Zah are received from the Chokhmah Bina of Abba V'Ima. Abba will give over the Chokhmah. This is in general. I'm not talking to those people who understand Kavanas because it gets much more complicated. It's called the Chub Chub, which is Detzelem the Abba and Detzelem the Ima, this tipa, that tipa. We're not going to go into the details right now. But in general, just b'chlolos, when we talk about the Chokhmah comes from Abba, we'll talk about the Bina, which is Ima, is going to give over her Bina. Okay, that's the Chub. That comes from their Mochin. They also contribute into Zah what's called the Das. And in the Das we know is Chug, Chasodim Iguvos. We said this many times. Now, interesting enough, when they contribute the Das, Chelik, it doesn't come from the Moach of Abba V'Ima, but rather when it's already mispashed into Abba V'Ima. When the Das is already mispashed, that means the Chug is already mispashed, at that point Zah gets it. Okay, so I repeat. When Zah receives Mochin, Chokhmah Bina, from the higher Patzufim, Abba V'Ima, he gets it directly from their Moach into his Moach. When he receives the Das Chelik, he only receives it when it's already mispashed into their goof, then he retrieves it and it's sent down into his Das, So you would think that the Chokhmah Bina, which he receives directly from the Mochim, he should have a Chokhmah Bina in his brain. And that's right, he has a right brain, he has a left brain, Chokhmah Bina. But the Das which he receives when it's already mispashed into the goof of Abba V'Ima, he should have a Das in the middle of his chest. A middle brain he shouldn't have in his head because he only received it when it was in the goof. So he should receive it in his goof. But it's not true. We find that the Das is in the head, not in the goof. Why is that? Pshat is the Ketzer as such a gewaltige koach that is able to schlep the Das from the goof into the head. That's Pshat. But that's only when you're doing mitzvahs. But when a person does an Avera, he loses his Das, not only as an expression that you lose your Das, you have to be about Das. I know not to do Averas. Somebody who does Averas, doesn't have a Das, it falls down into the goof. Okay, so we see this connection where Keser is, Das is. Where Das is, Keser is. It moves up and down. So that's what he's making Rambas to us over here, the Rav. Let's start that line again. Ubizeh tavin ma shemuvur etzleinu b'mokum acher ki hakav emtzor, referring to the Das Zah. Lif'amin yored lemata, when a person does an Avera chas v'sholem, he is able to affect his Das and move it down from his head down into the body. V'gam b'chinas Das shuhu imo b'kav emtzoi gam hu yored lemata b'mkom, as I said. So not only the Keser goes down when he doesn't have Avera chas v'sholem, also the Das goes down. Because since the Chokhmah Bina, the Havamina is that they're all one unit, they should all go down. No, they're different. The Chokhmah is on the right hand side, right calf. Bina is on the left calf. The Kes is the only one in the middle calf. Eino Yodim, they're not affected by this system of Averas and Aliyahs. The Kes is Bifnei Atzmo. Keser comes from Tvuna, it's a Welt Bifnei Atzmo, but then it's Kav Soy. So Mitzad Echad belongs to Tvuna, has no Kesher to him. Next, Mitzad Ache, it is hovering above him and has a connection to the Kav Soy. Omna, Im Haya Niksha Im Anaya Penimi Tvuna, but it's a Havamir. If Taka the Keser would be Mekusha to the Nai Penimi, then who Muchach She'im Yale Keser Vadas, Gamochoch Mabinash, then this is another simon that the case is not attached, because if it was attached to the nahi arishon, which is nichnas into Zah, then whenever keser goes up, all the nahi, then the chokhmah bina would go up, and if it goes down, but it's not. Good. I think we're going to stop it here. We're going to sign these two prokim about the keser, and then with Hashem we're going to find out what happens to this in pereck Dalit. Hashem, next time we meet, About the Naya Achadoshim that go back of Zah, what's the purpose of that? What is the legs dangling behind Zah? What's the purpose? They dangle all down to the Chazan, the back of Zah. We'll see about that. With that, we're going to Messiah the inyan of the Keser and this inyan of Mochin Detzelem. Okay, Shkoyach.